What is up, kind ones? It is Horse, the king of the nutshot, and this is my daily vlog documenting my recovery of a CSF leak. That's a cerebral spinal fluid leak coming at you live right now, and I've been out for 2 weeks, and I kind of want to apologize because I kind of didn't say that I was going to be gone, but I got sick. I guess you could just say, like a nasty cold, and I thought maybe I'd just skip a week, and then it just kept going and going and going, and eventually I had enough and I just got on antibiotics, so I'm almost better now. I just have like a tight chest. Cold doesn't sound too bad, but when you have a cerebral spinal fluid leak, so you're leaking spinal fluid out your head, man, every time I would cough, it would just be so intense, and I would get in these cough fits, and I'm basically just like laying there begging anything that'll listen for me to not be coughing, because it just is just so brutal. And I always say I'm kind of like the king of pain. Like, pain's my gig. Pain's what I do. I take nut shots for a living, and I do crazy stunts. And it's not that things don't hurt me. Things do hurt me badly at times, but I'm good at overcoming that pain. But man, these symptoms, when they're at their worst, it really just puts me down, because it makes me feel like just something bad's gonna happen. It's like, it's one thing to get hit in the nuts, it's one thing to get like a hit in the face or the nose, or anything like that, like any body impacts or your mouth burning or pepper spray in your eyes. It's like one thing, it's like horrible. Some of that stuff is horrible, but when you feel like you're gonna like pass out or die because of something that's going on, you start taking it a little bit more serious. So I didn't want to. I couldn't really talk without coughing. So if I kind of said more than a couple things, like if I would get on the phone and talk, I would just start coughing. So I didn't want to get on and try to do a live broadcast and not be able to do it. So I just ended up holding off, and now I'm pretty good and back to go. So I'm going to give you guys an update on my recovery, and I want to talk a little bit about YouTube itself, and I could really use your guys' input, because ultimately I want to make a decision here in the next week or two to maybe change some things up, and I want to hear your guys' feedback in kind of that realm of things. So firstly, I have been dealing with this CSF issue. Still, I'm going back down to Duke University in November to see if I'm still leaking, if I'm not leaking, if I have a different leak, if the leak I had came back open, all that stuff. I'm going back down to get a test done, and I'm scheduled for another blood patch. And I'm kind of really excited to go down there. It can be a terrifying thing, because the last thing anybody wants to happen is when they're trying to go down and figure out what's wrong with them when they're going through a medical condition, is for there to be no answers and no concrete answers. So last time I went down, I got a really concrete answer, because I've been searching for what was wrong with me for so long, and they found this leak in my spine and were able to patch it up, and I get to go back down, and hopefully we can kind of further figure out what is going on and what the game plan moving forward. So November is going to be a big month. There's going to be a lot's decided. The original plan was to be back doing stunts and doing nut shots for Christmas. A lot is riding on what we figure out and what is actually going on when we go back down there in November. So we're just gonna have to wait it out. Secondly, the big thing I want to talk about, because I don't want to be too long tonight in my live feed. And I see some of the people leaving comments. I'll get to you guys at the end too. A lot of people have been asking me, on Facebook and on Instagram, where I've been and if I was okay, and just kind of assumed that I was going through a tough time, and hoping and wishing that everything was okay. So I really appreciate that too. So I wanted to talk about YouTube. I got this email from YouTube the other day, I'm going to pull it up right here. So this is an email right from YouTube to me, basically saying that they manually reviewed my video, the latest video I put up, and it's not suitable for all advertisers, so it's going to continue to run with limited or no ads. So this kind of made me, it's a very frustrating because I feel like almost every video I've put up has got flagged for being inappropriate or not being suitable for advertisers, like they say. And it's a big difference from what it was before. So let's say like this top 10 nutshot video that I did, it's pretty much made to go viral and get views and get ads off those views. You know, it's just a compilation of my work, stuff that's been out there. Has the potential though, because it's such a simple edit, to like hit a lot of people and potentially make money off of. And the problem is YouTube's basically telling me, no, you can't make money off this. So it's really making me rethink, and just, you know, that video is one thing, and then some of these videos, all I'm doing is getting on in live broadcasting and talking to my fans. I'm not using like incredibly bad language for the most part. I'm not doing anything particular that should be too offensive, and I'm getting denied kind of like the ads that I used to get. So I'm really want to consider maybe if there's any other options out there. So this is where I need your guys' help. Ideally, going forward, what I would love to do is still put up videos every weekday, if not, and then maybe less, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And I'd much kind of rather, I'd like to do a mix of live broadcasting, but I'd really like to actually get back to editing and do a couple edits a week. And I have nice cameras. I like kind of doing nicer things. This feed's just coming off my FaceTime camera on my computer. I want to get kind of back to like doing edits and doing a little stunts and doing kind of pranks and stuff like that, kind of, and filming my family and doing all that kind of extra stuff on YouTube. So I want to get back to that. But to me, it's worth it to put it on YouTube, where YouTube's basically giving me the finger back and saying like, oh, we don't really support your kind of work. And it's frustrating because, you know, the title I officially got, the King of the Nutshot, was on America's Got Talent, like the biggest summer family show that's on TV. And yeah, I understand that what I do can be offensive and inappropriate to some people, but like, I'm not like doing drugs, or I don't know, not trying to be a huge like poor role model for people. I'm just trying to entertain and have fun, and I'm showing my family, showing these things, and even that stuff is not appropriate for YouTube. So I think it might be time to change, and I don't know if that means Facebook or if there's any other options. So if you guys have any insight of where maybe you'd like to see me start posting videos, and I think what I would do at first is, like, say I moved to Facebook, I would start, first of all, I got to figure out how to approach it from the business side of things, and if I can get ads and stuff like that. Now, I know people hate hearing ads, but like the honest truth is, if I'm going to be putting the time into YouTube or a video format, that I could be going out and having like a part-time job or doing video work or making money, and I'm taking away from that income that could be going towards my family and myself and my wife and the house and everything like that. The reason YouTube was so doable before is because I could make a small income off of it, and kind of it replaces that part-time job. So where what's the beauty of it is I'm putting that passion into it, and it's what I want to be doing. But life is life, and you gotta pay the bills, and you gotta move forward and set yourself up financially and stuff like that. So I don't really. It's just a part of it's just a part of life and the process of doing video. It's there's some things I would love to do for free, and I'd love to do it all for free. But the ads make it possible to kind of do both. So if I get on Facebook and I could start putting up videos and getting ads and making revenue, I would do that 100%. And probably what I would do at first is do the Facebook video and then still save that afterwards and then upload it to YouTube as well, and kind of transition over, and maybe YouTube changes some of their policies, or I can talk to somebody at YouTube and we can kind of fix what kind of is going on here, and maybe it all evens out. But the last thing I want to do is isolate you guys and not have you guys on a platform where you're able to watch my videos. So definitely let me know if you have like inside information on a different site, or if you have like a business on Facebook that runs ads, and you have information that you can share with me, and you know, if I can transition over and try some other things out. I really think that I don't know, the better the platform is and the more cooperative the platform is, the more that I can utilize it as an actual kind of way of life, and I can make things that are entertaining and put them out there and get paid for them and just continue in that direction. So that's what I want to do. So if you guys have any insight to help me with that, that would be awesome. So kind of sucks because I've been doing YouTube forever, and to be completely honest, I've never been extremely successful on YouTube. I was extremely successful on Break.com, extremely successful on MySpace, and YouTube has kind of slowly come around where I have a decent amount of subscribers, but it's never been like a huge hit, never blew up where, you know, I don't have 1 million subscribers or anything like that. And I always would love that, and that would be really cool. But if they're going in a direction where they don't even want, you know, they're pushing me away, they don't even want my content on their network, then what am I supposed to do? So you guys let me know. I'm going to continue, at least this week, I'm going to be going live every single night for the rest of the week, and then hopefully maybe by the end of the week we'll have an idea of kind of what direction we want to go after this, because I want to, whatever direction I want to go with you guys. So, all right, let me look at the live comments over here. Oh. Oh, no romper runs this time, okay. You know, I really, really want to go back to romper runs. I went for a walk today, about 45-minute walk. I stopped doing my physical therapy. It seemed like it was too much. I don't know if I'm gonna get back into it or not. Romper runs is something I really, really want to do and really want to do live, because it enables me to exercise and entertain people at the same time. But I'm just gonna see how my health holds up. All right, PM. Oh man, I don't want to screw up your thing. PMROZEK Films. If anything, if you can do a Christmas Friends special where you can dish out nut shots from all the years of taking them, sounds like a good idea. Maybe I can get with the boys. I was gonna get with the boys this year, and I had a nut shot idea that I really, really wanted to knock out, and I've kind of not been able to pull it off the last few years. And I was going to do it this year, but that's a really good idea. Even if I am out for the count, maybe I can get together with the boys and just start dishing nut shots. Mama Wolf, how are you? I'm sorry that I been out for so long. And Will Dirty Jersey, yeah, they are hating on the dream. Will Dirty Jersey says YouTube is hating the dream, and I don't get it. I don't get it at all. 519 Forest Monk, hi brother. So it's really good seeing you guys back on the channel after taking 2 weeks. I was a little concerned. I like at one point, middle of the week, 2 weeks ago, I had my phone ready and I was about to go live broadcast, and I don't know, I just didn't want to come up and not really be able to finish the broadcast, so I turned it off. But I was thinking about you guys and thinking like, oh man, I'm letting you guys all down, not putting up a video when I said I was going to be putting up a video Monday through Friday. You can find another platform to make money from and just put up some B-roll footage on YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's not that I totally want to abandon YouTube. Like, if I had my pick, like, YouTube would just be the way it used to be, and I would just keep rolling at it. But it doesn't mean I have to stop uploading things to YouTube. I think it's just I have to switch maybe and make something else my main platform. Will Dirty Jersey Extreme. Yeah, Extreme. I know the Amazing Hob has his own show on Extreme, and I actually have an email ready to go. I got to send Extreme. I was thinking maybe even when I get back healthy, I would love to do something like the Amazing Hob's doing. Or, you know, maybe I could do some like parkour or free running for them and try to get on their team and kind of get a part of that. But I think I'm going to, at the very least, hit them up, see if they want to share some of my videos, and maybe they would have some insight on how to get this Facebook rolling, and maybe they'll see my back catalog and they would want to jump on board too. So that's definitely a possibility. Steve Straining, what's up, brother? Love you, miss you, dude. Thanks for tuning in. It's been so long. Glad to see you on here. I saw you on one of the live broadcasts a little bit ago, and it's always good to hear from you. I hope you're doing real well, man. Maybe become a vlogger and have a live Nutshot show. It's something I've been vlogging. And I've been doing these live broadcasts because it's a lot easier, especially when I'm not feeling well, to just go live and not have to edit. But, you know, I was thinking about that. Like, I want to start posting more things. And I kind of have been on Facebook. And I got to find the right platform for it. But, like, I'll see, like, a Nutshot in a baseball game or a football game or anything. I saw a video the other day of women like simulating nut shots, and I reposted it on my page. Like, I would like my page being like this, titled like the King of the Nut Shot, like to all sources of nut shot come through me, and I can kind of like talk. So if somebody does a nut shot video, or somebody does takes an accidental nut shot, I would love to critique it and get it out there and give people the inside scoop of what you know, the breakdown, like kind of like the sports science nutshot breakdown. That could be a cool kind of little channel or kind of upload that I could do daily or weekly. I'm all down for that. Dank FHC, I'm putting up with the same thing on my channel. That's the worst thing to see on a video. Yeah, it's really crappy. Meredith Morphus says it perfectly. Sounds like YouTube needs hit in the nuts. LOL. It's so true. It's really, really disheartening, because YouTube used to be this thing that no matter where you were, what you were doing, whether it was for kids or for adults, like whatever your audience was, YouTube was a place that you could go freely create and put videos out. And I guess you could still do that, but no, you can't, because a lot of that stuff gets flagged, and it can, and now anything that's even slightly, like, they don't even look at it at first. If it just, they think it from algorithms, some like math problem they put in from tags and stuff like that. If they just think it's inappropriate, they tag it. You don't get ad revenue. And then if they review it and they decide that it's inappropriate, you don't get to talk to them. You don't get to explain yourself. You don't get any of that stuff. You're just screwed. And you put all that time into something. You know what? There's channels here that have been doing what they do for easily 10 years, and now you're just going to tell those people like, screw you, we're going in a different direction, and it just sucks. It just sucks because you're gonna put kind of like you're gonna halt people's dreams of what they want to try to inspire to do, because they don't fit into this formula. And that's what made YouTube so special before, is because you didn't have to fit in a formula. You could do whatever the hell you wanted. And if people dug it, they subscribe, and then people see it, and you can make it to other places and do other things, or you can make it on YouTube and be big on YouTube and make this career off of just being you. But now you have to be what they want you to be. And that sucks. Dr. Doom 42, hello horse, what is up? Do you still have copies of your DVDs? I lost mine, bro. I want to buy more. Yep, I do have copies. If anybody wants to buy them, it's horse.bigcartel.com. I believe if you go to my YouTube, you can go to like a merch link, and you can get sent right there. I have merch for sales, including a DVD. I believe it's also free to watch on YouTube. So you can actually go and search Nasty DVD on YouTube, and I think it's free to watch. And then, Steve, if you're in the area, if you ever wanted to get together, I'll throw you a copy for sure. No worries. Will Dirty Jersey, I have some ideas I'll share with you privately. Don't want to post them in the chat. Yeah, do that for sure. We'll talk on probably Facebook, or you can email me. nastythehorse@gmail. If you guys ever have any questions and you don't want it to be public, you don't have like my personal Facebook information and stuff like that, you can always email me at nastythehorse@gmail.com. No problem. Mason B, so many people left YouTube because of the ads. It's annoying. There was a video about a hurricane and it got flagged because they don't like any negative content. Yeah, it's just insanity. I mean, people hate ads in general. I mean, we've been talking about how we've hated commercials on TV for forever. But it's just kind of how things are. It's like, I mean, I don't really mind watching a 30-second ad, especially if I can skip it. And I know that it's helping somebody else, kind of, especially somebody that could be in like they're supporting themselves, trying to compete with people with huge budgets, and they're doing it by just simply watching these or having these little ads on their videos. And the fact that people can't get that stuff anymore really sucks. I'm sure a lot of people are jumping ship, and I know a lot of people's YouTube. It's not even about jumping ship. I'm sure a lot of people don't even know what to do, because I know a lot of big YouTube channels are hurting badly, and they're really suffering in views, and if they're really suffering in views, and they're really suffering in ad revenue, because their videos are getting their videos are getting tagged as inappropriate, and they're not getting ads, then their income is, I can almost guarantee there's a ton of big YouTube channels where their income's been cut in half or even lower over the last 6 months, and that sucks big time for them. I'm lucky enough, not lucky enough, but like I took so much time off YouTube. I'm not there, and I don't have 1 million subscribers, and it's not like it wrecked my life all of a sudden, YouTube changing. But it's definitely made it, I want to say this right, it's made it to the point where it's feeling like there's no way to progress on YouTube. So it almost feels like a waste of time, and to me it really isn't, but like, it would be so much more. It wouldn't be a waste of time if it was the way it was before, or if another platform was out there that was doing what YouTube was doing before, where I could still reach, and us as content creators can still reach our audience and do it freely and make money off of it, but not be so restricted in making that money. Meredith Morpheus, you should do a merch collab with the CSF League Foundation. That would be really cool. I definitely will consider that. I have the CSF wristbands are up on my store for donation, so I do have a bunch of those. So if you do buy a wristband, I donate all of that money to the foundation. So you could go on there and anybody could get like a t-shirt, and that would support me, and then buy a bracelet for the CSF League Foundation, and then that would go to the foundation. But setting something up to kind of make that more of like an official thing or event is something that I think I'll definitely look into in the future here. You mentioned before in an earlier live stream about trying to get a TV show. Any update on that? I don't have an update on that. I do actually have a really good idea, and I have pitched it to my people, and they have took it and have threw it by some production companies, and I probably will hear something back soon. And I've honestly kind of sent it to them and kind of let it go because I've been so sick and kind of like out of it. I'm also preparing. I'm doing a competition at my job where I teach parkour, free running, ninja. I run a program with about 100 kids, and I teach free running and flips and ninja warrior type things. And I'm doing a competition in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. So I've been preparing for that. So that's taken up most of my time. And then I kind of, over the next week or two, I will kind of reach out to them a little bit. And then after the competition is when I'll really try to get that going again. And it might be a little dependent on my health too. And what happens in November could make a big difference on how much I push something like that. Because if I'm not going to be better until late next year, that's going to change how I approach the next year, especially with stunt stuff. But if it's looking better, and I go down to Duke and I'm looking like I really am on a path to be better quicker, then I'm going to ramp that up and really try to get things going much sooner. So, all right, I'm gonna close it out for the day. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I appreciate all these comments. Leave comments on the actual video, or reach out on social media at Nasty the Horse on Instagram, The Horse fan page on Facebook, or email me nastythehorse@gmail.com, and we can chat and kind of figure out where we want to take this platform, or what platform we want to go next, or if we want to stay here, or what we want to do, and figure out what the best option is. I will be back the rest of the week, probably around this time, probably around 10 p.m. Live, doing my daily update of my recovery of the CSF leak, and then we'll see where we go from there. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have an extremely nasty night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.
Step on the cracks or you'll break Daddy's back. Don't step on the cracks or you'll break Daddy's back.
Oh my God!
Don't step on the cracks or you'll break